So hello and welcome back to another video on Phil's Salvage Rebuilds. So as you can see, we're back in the garage for this video, working back on the Corsa VXR Nurburgring, and that's because we haven't got full use of the whole unit yet, and the working space wise there's only really room for the one car in there, and that's obviously where the Fiesta ST is at the minute. So whilst we're on the subject of the Fiesta ST, it's obviously going down great with you guys on the channel. We've gained over 200 subscribers just over the last week and a few days, which is obviously massive for the channel. It's been a massive increase in views, and you're all like, I've got a load of good comments. You're all contributing, which is really helpful. I do read every single one of them. I reply to all of you. You're all having good ideas on how to solve the problems that we're coming up to facing, should I say. So thank you very much for participating in these videos. Thanks for watching them. Thanks for subscribing. It means the world to me, and I can't believe you guys actually want to watch me working on these cars, if I'm perfectly honest. But I'm going to continue, keep growing this channel, keep giving you guys videos to watch. So please stick around, and for all you new guys, please do, if you like these, subscribe to the channel, thumbs up for the videos, and press the bell notification, get involved, put some comments in there. Like I said, I reply to everyone, and I'm going to stop waffling on now. So anyway, so this car today, the Corsa VXR, we are going to continue from the last video where we were going to refill the coolant system, weren't we? And we couldn't because the thermostat housing had some damage to it. So I've got the new thermostat housing, the new bit of pipe that we needed, which means we can get them parts on there today. We can refill the coolant system. I've also got a new crash bar for the back, so we can fit that. And what I'm going to do is refit the original rear bumper, heat it up a bit, see if it kind of settles back into its original position, and then decide whether it's repairable or not, basically. So I'll stop talking and we'll dive in and we'll actually do some work. Alright, so these are replacement parts. Got a brand new thermostat housing. I think, to be honest, the actual thermostat housing bolts onto the front of it, but this is the piece that is broke. It goes like that on the side of the engine. They're the two pipes that go into your heater matrix inside the car. Not sure exactly where all the other bits and pieces go, but it is the right unit. I've had a look, and the piece of pipe that we had damage to is this piece. Just remember, the bottom fitting were broke and the T-piece were broke, and this goes like that. Something like that anyway. So that's them two bits we're going to fit. We got ourselves another crash bar. The old one was proper V'd in the middle. So like I said, I'm hoping if I can I'll fit this. I'm going to put that back bumper on and just see how it settles. There is a crack in it, and if it settles back to the right place, then I could repair it. I don't see why not. Put ourselves some coolant, and if we're looking here, you can see there, it's a shame, it's only a bit of damage, but I don't want to bodge these cars together. It's a little bit that's broke off. For the sake of £30 or whatever it was, an hour or so of my time, I'd rather do it right. So that's what we're going to do anyway. I'll do my best to capture this as much as possible, but as you can see, there isn't all that much room down there. So you can see, that's that bit of T-piece that's actually snapped off in there as well. So we'll and then there as well. But one of these, it's actually on the new one, so we'll just have to fish it out of one of them. So that's it. Yeah. So we'll crack on then. I'll try and set this camera up in a decent place so you can see, and we'll strip out that old thermostat housing or water diverter or whatever it's called. little bit fiddly. In the end I had to take the throttle body off to give me access to get to these two hoses on the back to get the clamps off. So we need to fine sandpaper on that just to make sure it's clean for the next one to go on, to guarantee we get a good seal. And I've got the old and new here for comparison, just to show that they are exactly the same. It's just this top piece here, and then the underside, that little bung in the bottom, and same on the new one. So yeah, exactly the same. It's a bit of a shame really, there's nothing else wrong with it. So we'll get this new one on down there now. Like I said, rub that down with a little bit of sandpaper first. Get ourselves a nice clean edge to seal on. And we'll get it in then. So we've got the housing on, the pipes are connected on the back, the temp sensor, I'm guessing, is in, thermostat's on, little water pipe at the front's on. So all we've got now is the top piece, but I'm going to put this throttle body back together first, reconnect all the brackets and cables, and then we'll see where that's going to route and start to fit that. Got all that put back together now. Everything's plumbed up, any electrical connections, throttle body's back on, you know, absolutely everything. We've got this piece in that we had broke, the T piece on and connected, you know, as it should be. So we're going to grab ourselves some coolant now. I'll get some water, fill this sucker up. Don't think there's any bleed valves on these radiators, so it'll be just like the Mini, you know, get as much in as we can, get the car running. As soon as it gets up to temp, it'll open up the thermostat and then it'll start to circle around then, and then we can re-top it up and continue. What's that there? That might be a bleed valve. Let's grab a screwdriver. Let's just see if that'll turn out. Yeah, got a bleed valve. Alright, so that's alright. That'll help us to fill the system up. So we'll leave that out, fill it up. As soon as it comes in, out of there all, put that back in, and there will be still a little bit of bleeding to do at the end, but it will get the majority of the air out of the system for us. So good do. So I'll grab some water now and we'll get some coolant in it. So we've got our water, we've got our coolant, we've got the bleeding valve out, so the top of the radiator. So I'm going to throw some coolant in it first. I'll go crazy with this because no guarantees we haven't got any leaks yet, have we? So leave it as that for a minute. put some water in. So basically we're just going to keep putting it in until it comes out of our bleed hole down there, and then we'll put the bleed cap back in, and then we'll run it. So it's going down slowly. Let's put less of this water in. Got quite a lot of coolant and water in there now. So down there, we're going to wait and see if we can get some water out there now, which means the system's pretty full. I think we might need some more water though. It's going down. Can hear the air coming up. There we are, it's coming out of there now. So we'll throw that bung back in. Nip that back up. Alright, top it up again because we're a bit low. I have put another bit of coolant in it as well, just off camera. So we're at the point now where we need to get it running now and get the rest of the system bled up. So I'm going to leave the cap off. We'll plonk the battery in and then we'll get in it and give it a start and let it get up to temp and see how it goes. Okay, battery's in there, just temporary. Lid's off the fillet bottle. Let's put that up there. There's nothing else that I've done. I put all that back together. So let's dive in out of this horrible rain. We haven't really touched this for over a week, so I've had the battery off, so there's no real reason why it should have gone flat. Sounds great, this engine, really does. Sounds really good. And starts on the button as well. Power steering still good. Right, so we want fan on full. Wow, that's quite cool actually. It tells you on the screen exactly what you've got it on. So we want it on these. Fully open. Oh, it's cold, that air. What do you do? Put it in the middle. Oh, that's direction, isn't it? Ooh. Yeah. It's on full. I suppose we want it as hot as possible as well, don't we? Yeah. Right. So we know this can take a while, so I will I'll come back to you when we are when we've got some hot air and we've bled up a bit. Alright, so we've had it running just 23 minutes. or thereabouts. Lovely hot warm air. It literally took no time at all to get warm air through, but I just wanted to make sure it was fully bled. I probably put well, hardly anything in terms of water back in to top it up, and it's fine, spot on. Yeah, seems to be good, no issues at all really, so we will whack this back down. It's toasty in here now, don't really know what I'm doing. Something like that. Yeah, sounds alright. So that's that job done, I think. So now really, this weather's absolutely shocking around here. So yeah, it's just going to be a waiting game really now to see if there's any leaks. I'll leave it a few days. It's far too wet today to be able to see if there is anything leaking anywhere, but I don't think there is. So that job's done. I might turn it round now and just throw that crash bar on, and like I said, put that bumper on. There's going to be no point getting the heat gun out today because it's so wet, but if it's on there it might also help it to go back into its original position. So I'll swap these two cars over. Might just run this down to the bottom of the road and back just to see what it's like, see what it goes like. So I'll swap them over and come back to you in a minute. Flipped them round and I've thrown this back bumper on and crash bar on, and in all honesty it isn't actually all that bad. So you've got to bear in mind, regardless of what bumper I get for this car, unless I get one that is literally perfect condition, when it's gonna be Joe £350–400. So any other bumper that I get, even the the £150–200 ones, they all need rubbing down, they all need prepping, they all need painting. 99% of them have damage. So if I'm going to go through all that trouble anyway, why not just spend a bit of time and see, what happens. Worst case scenario, if I'm not 100% happy with it, I can sell it. Someone will buy it. I'll put a bit of effort into it, in terms of repairing it on the inside, get some filler on the outside, rub it down, and just see what it's like. Probably the worst bit is the actual diffuser itself. It's folded up a bit there, so I'm going to leave it a few days as it is now. It's all fixed on exactly where it should be. There's no damage down the sides at all. The sides are perfect. Other than this crack along the top, which I know it looks really bad, but it isn't all that bad, and it's all there. If you fix that underneath, put a skim of filler over it, bumper filler, rubbed it down, painted it, it's going to be as good as any bumper I can go out and buy, unless I go and buy a brand new one. I know you probably not, some of you probably won't think it's worth time and effort, but I don't know. I like messing with them. So I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to leave it a few days as it is now to settle. Once the rain has stopped, it's a bit of a nicer day, I'll get the heat gun on it, warm it up, try and get it to relax in the position that it is now, and then we can take it back off, repair it from the inside, then it'll go back on, and then the bumper filler will go on, rub it down, and then it's back off again, rubbed down, painted, and then back on again. But I don't see why it won't turn out okay. It's not all that bad, is it? Let's be honest, there's nothing missing. It's just a big crack and a bit misshaped, that's all. you know, so why not try and repair it. So I've left it running whilst I've been messing around. I heard the fan kick in before, so it's definitely been up to temperature, and if anything, it's perhaps dropped a tiny little bit, so I'm pretty happy with that. It's definitely not overheated. Like I said, I can't see any leaks at the minute, but until it stops raining I never will be able to. So that'll do me, I think, for today. So alright guys, that's going to be it for this video. We've accomplished what we set out to do, even though it's been raining all day and it's bloody freezing. So persevered. I've got cold and wet, but at least, you know, I've got this car coolant system sorted out. It's up to temp. It's running really good. The engine sounds, you know, really well. I've even got the rear bumper on like we wanted to, just to see, to get a plan of action really. So we're still hunting for a bonnet and headlights. The bonnet's not an issue. I can get one for £100 and just paint it myself. Headlights still are an issue, but I've got a compressor on the way. I've got a spray gun, complete kit, that's coming tomorrow. So as soon as that's here, we can sort a little booth out and we can crack on and get that Mini finally finished, get that bonnet painted on the mirror. Mini, I'll show you how it ends up, and then that can go for sale. And we can also move on to the front bumper and the back bumper of this, fixing these, get them painted back on. And we've also got the bits and pieces to do to the ST, so plenty to do, plenty more videos to come. But as always, thank you very much for watching these videos. Thanks for subscribing, and that is going to be it. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.